जो अर्बनाइजेशन या जो बिल्डिंग डेवलपमेंट है, कंस्ट्रक्शन है, दैट इज बीइंग डन अकॉर्डिंग टू द लेड डाउन पॉलिसीज एंड स्टैंडर्ड्स. Standard, why I am referring to standard? Because any policy which is decided, that is based on certain benchmarks. Standard sets एक common सी definition है, the document which has been approved by a recognized body, and it is by a consensus developed through different stakeholders who are a part of that standards development process, and that stakeholder is you, is the people from academics, the people from scientific community, the people from civil society. But when we are developing those standards, are you equally contributing? The moment we say some violation or trespassing is being done, we are there to raise our voice. It's very easy. But are we actually becoming a part of that process when these policies are framed or the standards are developed? I would not, in fact, go against to what one of the respected members shared, that we have not been involved in the maybe the development of certain policies, but for the standard I can assure you, भारतीय मानक ब्यूरो जो भी मानक निर्माण और निर्धारण करता है उसमें बिना हमारे हितधारकों की उपस्थिति के वो नहीं बनता. चाहे वो स्टैंडर्ड हमारे बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन का हो, चाहे वो हमारा रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन का हो, चाहे वो वाटर कंजर्वेशन का हो, चाहे ग्रीन कॉन्सेप्ट पे हो जो आज हम बात कर रहे हैं. तो जब आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी, एक अवसर दिया जाता है, तो आपको अपने क्षेत्र का एक विचार, एक सुझाव रखने का पूरा अधिकार है, और रखिए, और समय पे रखिए बिफोर दैट इज फाइनलाइज्ड. बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन में भारतीय मानक ब्यूरो ने भवन निर्माण संहिता बनाई है. मुझे नहीं पता कितने आर्किटेक्ट इस बात से परिचित हैं और कितने हमारे गवर्नेंस के लोग जानते हैं. और हमारा एक प्रयास रहा है, तिवारी साहब को मैं थैंक्स देना चाहूँगा कि इस पे चर्चा चल रही है कि अवर स्टेट building construction department, whether it is PWD or MDDA, such kind of authorities should amalgamate their building bylaws with the National Building Code. अब आप कहेंगे National Building Code को क्यों अपनाना? Because that is the basic Bible or a Quran or a Bhagavad Gita. वो sacrosanct है. The way we have narrated everything with the expert advices of various people. नेशनल बिल्डिंग कोड में ये लिखा है कि हमारे हिली टेरेन में बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन कैसा होना चाहिए. एंड सर मैं आपकी नॉलेज में लाना चाहूँगा कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि वुड बेस्ड कंस्ट्रक्शन को वी शुड एम्फेसाइज एंड गिव अ थ्रस्ट. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, इन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज और वेरियस अदर नेशंस यू वुड सी दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द कंस्ट्रक्शन इज बीइंग डन बाय वुड इटसेल्फ. खासकर जो हमारे ठंडे इलाके हैं, बिकॉज इट सर्व एज एन इंसुलेटिंग मटीरियल एज वेल. बट मुझे रिसेंटली आई कम अक्रॉस अ वेरी गुड रिसर्च डन बाय IIT स्टूडेंट. दैट लेडी अप्रोच्ड अस कि सर वी नीड BIS सर्टिफिकेशन. आप लोग जानते ही होंगे ISI, BIS सर्टिफिकेशन फॉर अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट विच आई हैव डेवलप्ड. एंड यू नो दैट व्हाट वाज दैट? दैट वाज अ hemp based brick. Now instead of just going again, I am bringing your attention towards the fact that cutting the trees is somehow prohibited according to a law. So why can't we have certain alternates? So a shrub like hemp can be used to develop a brick which is so lightweight and is most suitable for developing housing in the hilly terrain. And Tiwari sahab rightly said, we shall not have these concrete structures over there because they are not designed for hilly areas. But point क्या आता है? We also need to understand the need of our customer. Like as a consumer, as a common man, if I want that my house should be aesthetically appealing, it should have all the basic amenities, and for that matter, wood is not appropriate. Like I can't use wood construction in cities like Dehradun or Haridwar or nearby because they somehow have got a temperate climate. या termite proof बनाना पड़ेगा. There are so many things in that hilly areas where the temperature is not that high. There you can afford to have those kind of things. So the point here is that कि किस climatic zone में, किस ecosystem में, किस तरह का housing बनना है, everything has been jotted down very meticulously in those documents. But the problem and the challenge here is that how many of us know about that? So it is up to the policy makers, up to the person who implement. In fact, I was having a discussion with Dr. Singh, and he rightly said कि implementation में कहीं कमी है. But implementation में कमी, it is not from one way, it is the both ways. Like as a client, as a consumer, जैसे अभी तिवारी साहब ने प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना के बारे में भी बताया. I must tell you, BIS is doing multiple activities. It cannot be basically clubbed within an hour or so discussion. but we are also doing standard promotion activity to all the stakeholders, including the villagers and the people hailing from the रूरल बैकग्राउंड. ग्रामीणों के लिए हम अभी जो प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं उसमें उनको बता रहे हैं यू आर टेकिंग फंड्स इन द प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण आवास योजना, बट डू यू नो द काइंड ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन विच इज बीइंग डन. आपको 2 लाख या जो भी उसका अनुमानित जो लागत के अनुसार अनुदान मिलता है, क्या उसका सही उपयोग होता है, सही तरह का भवन निर्माण होता है. एक बार आपने भवन बनाया, अगले ही साल वो जो है ढह गया, तो उनको एश्योरेंस कौन देगा. एंड यू कैन इमेजिन दैट द विलेजर्स आर नॉट दैट intellectual people, that they don't have that much of basic knowledge about the civil engineering. तो ये मेरा जिम्मेदारी बनती है. It is my responsibility that I need to aware them, to sensitize them, and that is what Bureau of Indian Standards is doing. That across the entire Uttarakhand, we in this financial year we have planned to conduct these kind of rural awareness program almost in all districts, spanning different villages, and let them understand what are the nitty-gritty related to these standards, which are of equal importance in implementing these things. Not only in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, even in Jal Jeevan Mission, the kind of water quality, even in the urban sector, sometimes we are not getting a good quality water. और हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने तो ये अपने उद्बोधन में कई बार बोला है कि भारत में मैं जो हमारा म्यूनिसिपल सप्लाई है, जो घरों में पानी मिल रहा है, उसकी क्वालिटी ये देखना चाहता हूँ कि आरओ वाटर को भी माप दे. But how will that be done? It cannot be attained only by merely processing the water. The supply also needs to be ascertained. तो आपने सारा उसका प्यूरिफिकेशन कर दिया. बट मूवमेंट इट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द वाटर प्यूरिफिकेशन प्लांट टू योर हाउस होल्ड. द पाइप्स विच आर बीइंग यूज्ड, आर दे बीइंग प्रॉपर्ली मॉनिटर्ड. We have done a lot of program with the water and sanitation department, and we have told them there is a specific water management standard जो हमने बनाया है. You try to adopt that, and in that there is one important aspect about the NRW, non-revenue water, which is lost in between that channelization of water from the water treatment plant to your house. So are we getting the purest form of water? That is the mission, Jal Jeevan Mission, and we are entrusting whatever standards we have, whether it is about the supply or whether it is about the product. Similarly, for the Surya Ghar Yojana, you know now today's concern is more about the green concept. And if I sum up this entire theme in single word, it is more about sustainability. So when we talk about the source of energy for us, as of now, we all are very well aware that the fossil fuel is depleting, and we are now inclined to depend more on renewable energy sources. So that is where Government of India has planned this scheme, Surya Ghar Yojana. Now, how many of us know about that the solar flat panels, the collectors which are used in that, including the batteries, they are under mandatory certification of BIS. उसमें भी हमारे standards बने हैं. And you buy, suppose if you are utilizing certain products under that scheme, you should focus more upon the products which are standardized, जो मानक के अनुरूप हैं. Then you will have a better results. There also we are equally contributing. So there are several schemes of government. The point here through this conference is that when we are pondering upon these challenges which we are coming across every day and out, we should first of all set our benchmark. And what shall be the benchmark? कि अगर मुझे कोई सर्विस लेनी है, that should also be standardized. अगर कोई मुझे सिस्टम का पार्ट बनना है, that should be standardized. And equally जो मैं प्रोडक्ट उसमें यूज करूँ, that should also be standardized. So Bureau of Indian Standards is helping you in that matter. सिस्टम स्टैंडर्ड में मैं आपको एक और बताना चाहूँगा, एजुकेशनल मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. We are empowering the youth of today, because progress तभी possible है when our youth is equally knowledgeable, they are abreast with the latest technological advancement. आपको शायद पता होगा कि artificial intelligence, which is talk of the town, which is quite in vogue nowadays. Bureau has taken lead worldwide to draft certain standards for AI also, and specifically what are the nuances, what are the critical factors related to the use of AI. कितने लोग आप में से बैठे हैं, they all know that AI can have both aspects, use and misuse. But how to use it judiciously and for the betterment of the society? Bureau of Indian Standards is drafting standard for that as well. And in this current financial year itself, we had one meeting, the international conference on developing the effective AI tools, specifically the generative AI. So similarly, for the educational management, we have a standard for all these educational institutions, like what Dr. Pant said. We have IITs and so many other institutions. But they need to understand what are the benchmarks given in the standard. And I'm very proud to tell you that across India, BIS has signed MOU with all the leading education institutions, including IITs, NITs, and certain reputed private institutions. And you know the objective, the purpose? The purpose is to lead them towards the national growth. How our youth of today can get skilled and empowered to contribute equally in that growth. So, in totality, there are wide areas where we can discuss, but again through this platform, because there are limitations of certain things, so I would not be continuing further about what other aspects we are touching, but still my message and appeal from all of you would be that give importance to the standards in your life. जब हम कहते हैं ना कि हमारा लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड ऐसा है, व्हाट इज द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स कल्चर इन इंडिया, व्हाट इज द स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ द वे आई ड्रेस अप, सो मेनी थिंग्स वी टॉक अबाउट द मोबाइल विच वी हैव. हम कहते हैं ना मेरे पास एक स्टैंडर्ड का मोबाइल है, गुड क्वालिटी मोबाइल, सो मेनी थिंग्स इन योर डेली डे टू डे लाइफ यू टॉक अबाउट. बट व्हाट आर द स्टैंडर्ड मीन्स बेंचमार्क्स, कि क्या रिलेट करता है कि वो सेफ है, सिक्योर है, एंड इट इज गिविंग बेसिकली द राइट रिजल्ट फॉर विच इट हैज बीन परचेज. इवेंचुअली उसका जो आउटकम है वो आपको क्या मिल रहा है. तो विद दैट आई वुड अगेन थैंक द ऑर्गेनाइजर, और विद दैट ग्रीन कॉन्सेप्ट मैं आपसे बात यही एक मैसेज देना चाहूँगा कि फोकस अपॉन all these new concepts of green economy, circular economy, water neutrality, because now the different verticals of society, including industry, governance, they all are devising a lot of policies and mechanisms to adhere to these new concepts, because this is what our future is all about. Given and having said different challenges we are facing, not only globally but here in Dehradun or in Uttarakhand, we have to imbibe these things. We have to accept these things and contribute individually in attaining the best results for our society, for ourselves. And with that, I would just like to end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. सौरभ तिवारी जी, आपने बहुत सारी सुपर इम्पॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन हमें बताई, एंड वी विल ट्राई आवर बेस्ट दैट हम मैक्सिमम उसको रिटेन करके अपनी डेली लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट कर पाएँ, बिकॉज आई एम श्योर वी कैन लीड more informed and better lives if we execute whatever you suggested to us. Thank you very much for that. I would now request Purnima Bish, senior reporter, The Pioneer Uttarakhand edition, to please present a token of appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Saurabh Tiwari. Purnima, can we have you here, please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in clapping.